and hold on tight. We live for the Slide Boys, that's our birthright. Cornbread Man's grilling, got the ribs on the pit. The Chasers wheeling deals, never gonna quit. Marine standing tall like he owns the whole track. Biscuit Boy's eating biscuits, got gravy on his back. Dirt Report coming at you loud and clear. Talking slide jobs, wrecks, and racing gear. From the high banks to the flip-flop falls, we interview the kings of these southern walls. Slide them sideways, kick up that dust cloud high. Dirt track heroes riding under neon sky. Midnight rider howling, Hot Wheels burning rubber. Desi calling the shots, ain't no other. Hot Wheels spinning donuts just to show his flair. Midnight rider sneaking past like he don't care. Desi's got the mic asking how'd you wreck so bad. They laugh and tell stories about the times they went mad. We got moonshine wisdom and tire smoke tales. From late model flying to street stocks on rails. Biscuit Boys yelling past the hot sauce, y'all. While Marines planning strategy, standing 10 feet tall. Dirt Report coming at you loud and clear. Talking cautions, checkers, and racing fear. From the heat races to the featured grind, we bring you the truth from the dirt track mind. Slide 'em sideways, let that clay fly free. Southern racing soul, that's our pedigree. Cornbread Man laughing, Chaser closing in tight. Dirt Report forever, race all night.
All right. It is good to be here on a Thursday night. Sorry, we've got to turn that volume down. Was that mine?
Yeah, it,
All right,
it was muted.
just turned all the way down. Josh called me and I turned it back on.
Wait.
Sorry.
That
We are putting several things together. Biscuit Boy has his own. He's a legend. He's a star. He has his own camera.
Yeah.
And Dean says no, he's not. He's not a star. So. I wouldn't swing that camera too far. Marine will be getting on you.
I didn't bring it to. I knew better.
We have Sir Chaser. We got Biscuit Boy. You got Cornbread Man. We got Marine
Security.
That's right. And we also have special guests, the Reed Family Racing, and a whole bunch of them. We've met them before. We're going to be introducing them in a minute, and we're just going to talk. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about racing and what they're doing. And we met them. Dean brought him live into the studio from McDonald's.
That's right.
When they were doing out there, and we'll let them talk about their sponsors and all that. But it's gentlemen, and we appreciate our guest who actually alerted us of a tragedy we didn't know happened, and it just happened. And you said you had got here and heard the news that we lost one of our NASCAR drivers, a legend.
Yeah, a legend.
Has passed away, been sick, and Kyle Busch, and just horrible news. He's a father.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one son or more. I know he has.
I know he's got Braxton.
He's got a son and a daughter.
Son and a daughter.
Yeah.
And that win he had earlier in the season, it was the coolest thing when I don't remember what race that was at, what level. I thought it was at the trucks.
Yeah.
And the son ran out there that was a cool moment.
Yes, it was.
And I think, we all have our drivers we like. We have our drivers we don't like,
Right.
or we don't care. We don't root for them. But at the end of the day, NASCAR's family.
Right.
And my heart goes out to the family. I mean, we've had tragedy in
Oh,
NASCAR
yeah.
since, late last year. And that's just horrible.
Yeah.
I just hate that.
I do
really
too.
hate that. I know we all do. Folks, pray for them.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
it's a miserable thing.
Oh, yes.
Hello, Miss Amber. God bless you. And I will. Thank you for sending that. Gentlemen, I think it's appropriate that we pray right now and just pray for the family and all the people stung by this. I know people die every day, but I just lost a wife, and you know what? I know how they're hurting. I know how they're hurting, and I just got off the phone with my son, and our whole family is just still broken, and I can't even imagine that kind of thing. And I guess we had Biffle, and before that, I mean, you go way back, and you had some other drivers, Adam Petty,
Yeah.
of course, Earnhardt,
Alan Kawicki.
Kawicki, and it puts a shock at Davey Allison. It puts a shock on the system when you have that. Let's pray for his family, and then we'll get into our interview. And I think that'd be appropriate.
Yes, yes.
Father, we thank thee, Lord, today that we have the power of prayer, that we can come boldly before the throne of grace. Shocking news to us. We know this life is but a vapor. It appeareth for a little while, then fadeth away. And sometimes to us here, it's shockingly, not to you. And we know you're the keeper and the giver of life. Our hearts go out. We can't imagine what the family's going through, but we know it's horrible in the NASCAR community. And we just ask you to put your arms around each and every one, and we know your grace is sufficient. And Lord, just wrap your arms around each and every person that's hurting right now and hearing this horrible news. And may the NASCAR family just rise up together and send the best wishes and the prayers and support this family going forward, especially the spouse, the children. Just breaks heart. Parents, whoever it may be, that is so close. But, people from afar that's maybe never met him, but feel like they have. They're a fan, and they're devastated right now. We just ask you, Lord, to touch hearts in a mighty way. Bless our time together tonight in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Yes, especially their kids. Thank you, Amber. All right, Reed Family Racing. And we got most of them on screen. We got the moral support over here. Introduce yourselves again, because we'll butcher it. I know I will.
I'll be here too.
And so somebody introduce everybody or call your names off or however you want to do it.
Go ahead. All right. My name's C.W. Reed. I've been racing for about 7 years, and it's been amazing.
My name's Lane Pryor. I've been racing for 3 years, and it's amazing.
Awesome.
I'm Tommy
You cut
Reed,
this
and
off, so-
I basically pay the bills.
You-
And, I get them to the track and make stuff look cool, and that's all I do. So all I do is try to pay the bills and try to keep it low, so the boss lady don't get mad.
It's like another $100, and it's really a lot more than that, I know.
Yeah.
We're talking to the ARCA driver last night, and he's talking about, lease a car. It's anywhere from 30 to 100 or 130,000 or something. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I can't even imagine writing a check for that. Or I don't even know. Do you do a check on like that? Do they even take a check? I bet you have to have a cashier's check
Oh,
or
yeah.
money transfer.
I've never written a check, but when you hit submit on the phone, I ain't writing you a check. when you hit submit on the phone or on the computer, your hand will start shaking a little bit.
I know mine would.
It's like, do I really want to do that? I mean,
Put it on a
golly.
credit card.
Do I really need all this? Do I really need 250 bolts and nuts and bolts? And then somebody will go to the racetrack and strip 5. I'm like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. But my wife will be like, why do we get 200 nuts and bolts? It's like, let me explain something to you real quick here. When we were racing go-karts, particularly, there would be a young man who remained nameless would strip all of the lug nuts that we had, and it's like, man, I don't have time to go back and fix this. So I wound up buying about, there were something like quarter 28 nuts, so they're fine thread, and I wound up buying like 600 of them in a bag, and they came in a big bag. So that strip, go get another one. Just go get another one. And it got to the point, okay, well we've stripped that one. Just take the hub off, put a new hub on there. Go, and we'll tap it this week.
Yeah.
And so we had, you go to our yard and our driveway. It's all over the place. Where'd that come from? Well, that's 3 years old. So,
Seriously, car drive to the track, it'd be like, why do we need so many nuts? And then car drive back to the house, mom be like, I don't understand.
you understand now? It's like, okay, we get it.
Understand it now.
Yeah.
So, describe the top of cars you race.
The best way I can explain that they look is take like a Tesla and put gas in it and make it smaller. That's the best way I can explain it.
Cool.
You want me to explain how they work?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They are the most frustrating piece of machinery built by the hands of man. They're bandoleros, so they're asphalt race cars, but you can run them on dirt too. The rear suspension is a 4-link that has coilovers on it. The front end is radius rods, so there's no front suspension. So from the karting world, it comes from going with torsion weight, because they ran dirt carts for 5-6 years, and basically what it does is it's 3 seesaws that have to balance perfectly for about 3 seconds to get through a corner. Down the straightaway, you just get all the momentum you can, but that chassis actually twists.
Wow.
And it's built to do that. It's engineered to do it that way. These cars take bits and pieces from that and then bring it over to this, and it's completely different. It's just you make a slight adjustment on something, and it's you take a half a round in and out versus half round in, and it changes 12 pounds, which is a massive percentage when you're talking about setting your baseline. Versus the carts, where we would have the boys sit in the seat, and then we would literally take weight pucks and move them around the seat. And okay, how does this affect the weight? Okay, how does it affect it here? How does it affect it here? And then you would bolt it to the seat. And it's just completely different. It's frustrating at times, but
So, are you pretty patient at working on them, or as the wrenches get stuck?
you know what's funny about that? You want to tell them about the thing you saw, the meme you saw about the?
Oh, I saw this thing the other day. It was like, man, y'all can't hurt me with anything. I used to have to go get tools for my dad.
So he's like, I feel nothing now. He goes, I have no feelings anywhere. But no, it's. Would you say patient? No.
Emotionally callous.
Yeah, you pretty much. My wife has a friend of hers she works with, and he just loves racing. He loves everything about it. So we told him, hey, come by the house. She said, hey, come by the house. They're working tonight. And we had him working down there. And I said, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. I'll answer any questions you need. You leave your judgment at the door. You leave your emotions at the door. And you leave your feelings at the door.
Yeah.
And the boys never even looked up. It was like, hey, this is Tim. And they're down there working. Hey, Tim. And they're just, just down there working.
That's pretty much, that's 100% accurate.
So,
Well, you're in the zone, you know in the zone, and you're working, and so it's like when you go into that danger area, you just got to realize that you might hear things you might not normally hear, or you might hear whatever. I don't know why Biscuit Boy's camera just went off. I don't know what happened there, but just kick it off. Don't take the call. That's what it is. It'll kick you out. I just wondered. But yeah, my dad was like that. My dad would get so mad, and I'd be like, well, I just had to laugh it off or whatever, So how do you, with all this going in, this twist that's going on, even though it's asphalt, I mean, I'm sure they're not perfect around there. So is some tracks easier to set up for than others with those turns?
You want to take that one, Logan? Or?
no.
Yeah.
All right. My honest opinion, and I feel like this is mutual between me and him, is some tracks are easier. Like we run at Nashville, the Nashville Fairgrounds. We run there. It's just a whole lot easier, in my honest opinion, to set up than Huntsville.
And you would disagree.
Very much so.
Yeah, Logan. Okay, so we ran at Huntsville. We ran at the Huntsville Speedway, and we run at the fairgrounds. And we've tested and ran at both. And Logan, when you left the fairgrounds, would you please get me back to a bank track so I know what I'm doing? And T-Dub gets off the fairgrounds. I love this place. This is great. You can feel it roll over. And Logan's problem was he busted his tail at the fairgrounds, and but we repaired it and we got it fixed, and it's part of it. I was like, dude, you're gonna wreck. It's gonna happen. So, but we actually had we had wrecked, and that's where we met you guys. We had wrecked the week before at the fairgrounds with Logan's car, and then worked all week. That was a lot of 2 a.m. nights.
Oh, definitely.
What would you know about that? You were asleep.
I remember waking up at like 2 in the
The
morning.
grinder and the
Like,
welder
what is
going
that?
on is like, God, I wish you'd shut up. But we got that thing ready to go to do that public appearance down there at McDonald's.
Mhm.
So that's why the cars were parked towards the people. It was nice, but you walked around this side. Okay, we're not quite done hanging that fiberglass body yet. So
Yeah.
you stay over there and look over here.
Yeah.
Patched up with duct tape.
Yeah, we had little piece of duct tape on the backside holding it up. But
Well, it still look good.
yeah, the left side looked fantastic because the right side is the one that found the wall at 40 miles an hour. So,
What is it? What is, I know it's a hard question maybe, but what is the general cost of one of those cars if you were going to buy one? I know maybe you get people or build one or whatever, but what is invested in that? I
I
mean,
want to tell you,
ver-
my wife will be watching.
oh, okay.
No, we've had a lot of help. We bought both the cars. Actually, I'll tell you this: we bought the first car. We sold all of our kart stuff, and we bought the first car.
Pre-built.
Yeah, pre-built. It was ready to go, and it came with about
20 something weights.
2/3. Well, not only that, but 2/3 to 3/4 of another car. It
Definitely.
didn't come with a chassis, but it came with parts for it. I mean, we have a lot of stuff now we've never even used,
Well,
and we bought it for, I think,
Didn't it come with money?
yeah, it came with a spare motor and everything. It came with like $4,000. I think.
Wow.
So that was one, and I was like, well, I got to find another one because we changed our plan. We were initially going to run one Bandolero and keep him in carts for another year. I was like, well, if I do that, I got people over here and I got people over there. Plus, we sold all of our cart stuff to do this. So I was like, okay, well, I need to find another one. And lo and behold, I found one of all places, McFarland Avenue,
Really?
and it was just a chassis, and it wasn't even the chassis; it was just a frame. And the guy was like, "Yeah, we're going to turn it into an off-road vehicle." I said, "Do you know what this is?" And he said, "No." And he said, "Somebody came from Charlotte and got the rear axle, got the bird cages, got the 4-link, got the rear springs. So it was nothing. It was nothing there." And I said, well, the minute you hit your first hill to jump, the front's going to break. And then when you land, the rest of it's going to break. So just give you a heads up. They were going to put an Arctic Cat front suspension underneath it. And I think I paid $400 for that.
Wow.
And
Ah.
they took the rest of the stuff from that car. Now, since then, if I had to give anybody a recommendation, go buy one already done. Go buy one already built. And
Yeah.
I've heard that my whole life, and I understand it. Now, that being said, these two, they tore both the cars down and rebuilt them, and we rebuilt them from scratch, from the ground up. So we know what's there, and we know how. I'm a big fan of nylock nuts. I'm a big fan. I don't double nut anything. I nylock nut it and put it up there. And there was a lot of stuff we took off. When we took it off, why did they do that? Why did they do this? I mean, why this thing's race ready? Well, why is the left front tire rubbing up against one of the rods? It's like, this thing ain't race ready. The wheel offset's off, and like I said, I would recommend doing it, already done. But if you want to buy a brand new one, like a brand new one from Inex, I think it's about $6,000 or $7,000.
Okay.
Mhm.
What kind of speeds do they hit at these tracks?
Well, they're running about 70 or 80. We've been told at Cordele they run over 100 in the
Wow.
draft. I can't tell you this, and they can both vouch for it. When we went to the fairgrounds, we watch a lot of film before we go anywhere, and we try to, okay, look, here's your lift point. Here's where you need to go in. This is your mark. Hit here, hit here, hit here. And then we try to walk the track and do the same. So before we went to Nashville, we really were watching a lot of film that it's just on YouTube. And there was a lot of people that were sitting up there and had cameras mounted right here so you could see their hands and their legs.
Oh yeah.
And we sat there and watched about an hour. And I said, have you noticed something about their legs? He said, yeah, they're not touching the brake. On a flat quarter-mile track, they just lift. And the car is so big and heavy, it just drops. It is so momentum driven.
It's almost like it has its own parachute.
Right.
Wow.
It's like you just put it out and it slows down. Now from the karts,
They have to
Well, it does sound like a
press the
Tesla.
brake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
If you hit the brake, if you hit the gas, it just
yeah, that was something he had to get a lot of use with. Was the karts have so much low end torque with them that you barely touch the throttle, they take off. These cars don't do that.
No, they got to have momentum. That's
All sorts of
basically what they or no. There's no basically about it. That's all what they're about is momentum. You want to get speed, momentum.
Is the turnout pretty good for the races you go to? Have a lot of cars showing up to race.
Yeah. I mean, as a team owner, I'm sitting there. It's like right now we're still learning, so I'd like 2 cars on the track, and I like one of them to be over there and one of them to be over there. So
Yeah.
But compared to the karts, I mean, we go to a kart. I mean, but karting is so different. It's so different. You could bring
Everything.
5 karts to the track, run 5 different classes.
Wow.
The Bandoleros, I think when we went to Nashville, I think there were so many that they actually broke the race up into 2 or 3.
two.
Was it 2?
Because he went to the second one because he had an O on his.
Right. And then
B for beginner.
yeah, they had so many beginner karts there, and that's right. And there was probably 30, 40 of them there, which is pretty good. Now, a bunch of kids, you gotta be careful. And there was some spinning involved, and they're learning. But at the same time, I mean, I sat there and watched a late model race where nobody could figure anything out. And just everybody busts their tail every lap.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a pretty decent turnout. It's really cool at Huntsville too. They had a really big turnout as well.
When's your next race coming up?
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. Provided Mother Nature
All right.
cooperates, it's looking better and better. Well, I mean, we're going to load up and go until they say no. So
Yeah. Which one are you going to?
Huntsville.
Huntsville. Okay. Well, the purses are decent. Put the money up.
No, but at the same time, even in karting, we never had it to where we were breaking even was a good night. Maybe some a little bit. Although they did get 2 checks this week from Huntsville. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, you didn't. You got a check. You don't get to keep it, but you got it. And he got a check too, but his check was actually made out to him from Huntsville. And I was like, well, what's this for? Well, I can't do anything with that. Here, you have a bank account. And I was like, oh, great. Well, that means Tito's going to get one, and his name's going to be on it. I opened that up, and I was like, hey, Reed Family Racing. All right, I don't got to give Tito anything. So
That works.
And I'm trying to figure out, how do I get Logan's money back? Because that belongs to me. So
You can give it. You can have it.
Give it to him. We need the money for the race team.
Yeah. You got to work together. Put all that in
Right.
one pot, and pull out of it, as needed.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's team owner.
And it goes to me, and it quickly leaves. So.
It's not hanging around long,
Right.
Paul is the financial guy in the room, and he that's what they work on is trying to keep money in your pocket. Race teams will be hard.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate. I mean, we've had a lot of great sponsors with us, and
Yeah, mention them. Who do you have
Yeah.
now as your sponsors for the
you wanna rattle
cars?
them off, or you want
Yeah,
me to?
let's give them a shout out.
Yeah.
We got Precision Coatings, Jackie Bridges State Farm. We got AKC Mobile Repair, McDonald's with Aaron Excellence. We got Remax Realty with Nathan Phillips. We got Damien Painting and Remodeling, and All About Concrete Masonry.
Awesome.
Great.
You want to do yours? You want help?
You can.
All right, I'll help you out there. It's he's got KA Electric, who's been with him for a couple of years. McDonald's with Aaron's Excellence, which is where we met you guys. AKC Mobile Repair, who've helped us out a lot. Gordy's Stump Grinding, who've been with us for a couple seasons now.
Yeah.
the pool dude,
And Goonies.
and Sir Goonies, obviously. Yeah, that's a big one, which is pretty neat because I worked for that group for a little bit of time, and he test drove for him, and then he got to drive for him. And then James Wilson's company is on his car as well, which is really cool because James bought his chassis, his kart chassis, for his kid, and his kid has just been tearing it up with it. You know, they tore it
Cool.
up the first. They didn't tear it up. I'm trying. He tore up the track. He's killing it.
Mhm.
And then they bought another one, so it's been really neat to watch him progress. And,
Yeah.
and that was just because James and I talked, and I was like, "This will help get your foot in the door. Here's what I would do if I was you. If I started today, this is what I would do." And so to see them have success is really neat.
That's awesome.
Tell us about your motors that you run.
Well, we can't touch them. Well, we're not supposed to. Well, they're sealed. There's
Yeah.
their
Locks
Briggs-
galore.
yeah, Briggs and Stratton Vanguards. I think they're 25 or 30 horses. I don't know which. I think they're 30. But a lot of it is sealed. You can make slight adjustments. You can get to the valve train. You can replace a valve spring. You can replace rocker arms if you need to.
Barely turn the speed up.
Yeah, you can adjust the carburetors. But anything pretty much from the top of the head down.
To the fan.
Yeah, we can't even take you can adjust you can take the fan plate off, but you can't really do anything with it.
Super strict with it.
Yeah.
Basically, the most I can say is anything you can do to the motor, you can do it to a point. And then
Yeah.
You can get to the push rods, and that's about as far as you can get.
Yeah. Are there a lot of rules? I mean, are there, in the inspection process, is there a lot to that, just like there would be any level of racing?
Yes. The book is pretty thick, but it was,
clear about their rules.
but the funny thing is when we started kart racing, we started during COVID, and it was one of the first things that he got that kart for his birthday.
My 7th birthday.
I think your 7th birthday, yeah. And when I started this, it was let's see what he can do, and then when we turned it into Reed Family Racing, it got pushed to there it is.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Man,
What-
the places
what we-
we've gone.
what we did- What we didn't know.
Yeah.
Let's get on this thing. Let's see what we can do. And we built it to give kids who wouldn't have a chance to race a chance. And obviously he took the brunt of that. It was, let's figure out what we had. I mean, that was his first win, and it took over a year to get it.
It took us a little bit.
A long time. And he quickly got humbled as, hey, that was easy. We're going to win all sorts of things. And it didn't come easy. But when we started doing this, it was just, it was the Wild West. There was no rules. I mean, it was, hey, we're making this class. There was a gear rule, but that was it. I mean, and he was 7 years old, never turned a lap, and running mid-70s
Wow.
on dirt, on slicks.
God.
Wow.
So, and the track was very one groove. So you literally learned you want to pass in a corner, I'm going to get you loose. So you had to figure, he had to learn if they get to me on entry, I'm going to push in the middle. If they get to me on exit, I'm going to push off exit. I'm going to either go up or down, depending on how they hook me. And that was just how you ran. And
Yeah.
you get past one corner, and then you work your way to pass them back. So by the time he came along running, he rode with us for a whole year working, and it was, okay, you're going to pay your dues. We worked on the carts. He was there. He went to the track. He worked just to get a chance to practice it.
I love that.
And
Yeah.
the first year he started running, he was cocky,
Extremely.
and it pissed him off. 'Cause he was sitting there saying, I can't work with him. I don't want a teammate. I don't want anything. He ain't gonna teach me nothing, and he won't shut up. And he was like, I'm sick to death here, and I'm gonna win the pole, win everything. And he went to a race at Ashway Speedway up in Strawberry Plains, Tennessee, and TW wasn't there. And for whatever reason, it was kind of a big turnout. It was about, I think, 15 carts in his class. It was fairly big.
Yeah, normally you have like
5 or 6, give or take, but that's enough because you'll race them all night long.
Definitely.
So about 15 carts showed up, and Logan lost it in the middle of a corner. And instead of sliding up or down the track, the cart just sort of stopped, and all the traffic was coming at him. And he was waving them off like this. And when he got turned back around, Logan wouldn't go. He's running the back. So I called him when the race was over with, and I said, Logan wrecked. He goes, "Yeah, all right." I said, "Well, he spun, and traffic came at him." He goes, "All right. Well, now he's figured it out. Now I'll shut up." He's like, "You haven't wrecked yet." "Well, now you have." "Okay."
Yeah.
And after that, it was like, "Okay, I understand it now. My bad." So it's
Right.
been
Racing
cool.
can be very humbling. I mean,
Oh,
humble
yeah.
yourself.
in
big
lots
time.
of ways, like
Oh,
any
yeah.
sport, but I think even more so with all the variables. Have you been disqualified at places? Have they said you're not racing to that?
No.
No.
We've been
I have.
well, not racing now, but you've been disqualified from wins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Well, to help it out here, there's, and if anybody's watching who has kids run, I would recommend, if you want to go dirt kart racing, go ahead. It's cheaper than running bandoleros. It's a good start.
It's fun.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun, and you'll get a good chance to not spend a whole heck of a lot of money. Be competitive. You'll spend more in tires and tire prep than you will anything
Yeah.
else.
Oh, definitely.
You'll spend more time doing that. I mean, that was a 4-day process
That was
every week.
That was every single race. We'd go, all right, let's scuff the tires, prep them.
Yeah, scuff them, prep them, Duro. Oh, the Duro's off. Do it again. And we would take 20 to 25 sets of tires to the track and run 3.
Wow,
What is Duro? What is the Duro?
The durometer to test the hardness of the tire.
gotcha.
There's nights you want to go, you want a harder tire. There's nights you want to go, you want a softer tire. The tire prep softens the tire.
It gets you more grip.
Right. And it's anybody races dirt will tell you it's a big no-no, but dirt carts, they promote it. And it's like, hey, come over here and prep this up. And if you want it harder, you scuff the tire, add heat to it. There's a variation of things that you can do. But if I would recommend, they would run the Predator division, which is really where they shined. It was kind of like, I call it kind of like the Busch series of, kind of like a crate class.
Yeah,
Kind of versus a clone class, which you can spend a lot of money on a clone engine, and you might have a kid that has no desire to do that, and it's more dangerous for everybody around them because they're scared and they lift where everybody else is on it, and they're going 80 plus. We got to go. These guys run about 70 to 80, give or take, on a good night, anywhere for 60 to 80. So, but that was the class they really shined with, and that's where we did well. We ran some clone races, and we're trending the right direction. We said, okay, let's go run bandoleros. So that's where we're at.
here's one for you. And most all the drivers we've had, I think, have been over 18, and some of them in their 60s and 70s. But you're the car owner. You're watching them race. Have you run up on that kid that's just the jerk on the track? And how did you handle that? He's already grinning. I want to hear this.
Hold on. I can tell you this. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what I've told.
Tell me that story about.
I got you. I got a better one. I got one between these two. So I tell people all the time, I'm not gonna you're a kid. I'm not gonna go. I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna go to the kid and say, "You stupid." I would tell him, "You stupid idiot. Why did you do that? You're an idiot, and you don't even deserve to be alive." You don't go up to no, I won't tell them that. Like, you dummy. Well, we'll get there anyway. We've had run-ins before, and I'll tell them, it's like, you paid for the cart to get here. You're the adult, right? And you paid for the cart to get here. I paid for the cart to get here, but on the track, it's them.
Yeah.
So if they have a problem, if a kid does something, let them go handle it. And because there's no point of me doing it.
Yeah.
You need to go handle your. I'm not in the bond. That's the reason he's not. I've seen so many kids out here run these late models, right? These $40,000-$50,000 late models that they don't care. They think there's a reset button. They'll send it into turn 1 against a grown man who works for a living, and they don't care. They have no idea how much a dollar is,
Mm.
you know, and
Actually,
that's why he's not running with grown men. I'm not prepared to have a 40-year-old man jump on his hood yet. But with kids,
It's, a whole
it's
lot easier.
different. Y'all just go talk it out and figure it out. He's far more vocal than he is. Logan gets ticked off. I'm going to the trailer. Shut the door for a minute. Give me a few minutes and I'm done.
Yeah.
T-Dub, where is he? And he'll go find him. So I mean, when we started this thing, he had a buddy of his started running with him, and they knew each other from outside the cars. They just both started running at the same time. Yeah.
Ah.
And he come up. His buddy's name was Roman, and he came up to him, and Roman had a notorious habit of chopping, just late apex. And for about 3 or 4 laps during practice, look, Roman just kept chopping T-Dub's nose. And T-Dub walks up to Roman, he put it after practice, and he's a ripe old age of 8. And he puts his arm, or 7 actually, he was 7. He puts his arm around and goes, you know, I like you, and we've been friends for a long time. But if you chop me one more time, I'm going to send you. And Roman, not being a racer, what does that mean? He goes, one more time, you're going to find out. And T-Dub walked off.
Now he's like, he's a
8 or
little
9.
older than me.
Yeah,
So,
I'm
I'm
And I've got a great shot of it. I didn't send you guys. I got a great shot. That race during the feature, Roman chopped and T-Dub's in the grass, cut to the right, and Roman is spinning. And it was like, and T-Dub got done with the race and he said, do you understand what that means now? Don't do it again.
Yeah.
But I can tell you with these two, we were in Ashway.
Uh-oh.
And they don't really like racing against each other if you can avoid it. And I don't like either. Like I like you run this class and you run this class. Well, card count, they ran the classes together.
Uh-oh.
And for whatever reason, I don't know why, his cart didn't go at all. It's weird.
my cart was
It had been years since he got lapped, and he got lapped.
Oh, God.
So
by his
it was
bro-
like something is wrong.
Yeah.
Well, Logan won the pole, but got DQ'd because his RPMs were too high.
Ah.
They had a 5,000 RPM limit. He was too high. I was like, well, crap. So I was like, can he start behind TW or in front of TW? We got something going on. I said, nope, you got to start in the back. Great. All right. So Logan starts in the back of TW. They drop the green flag, and Logan goes up to the outside of TW because TW just stayed to the inside. And I think what happened was overcompensation. He turns right, too much, turns back left. And what he did was TW's cart stopped him once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And when he went into the corner, TW dumped him.
Oh.
And sent him off into the infield. So they dropped the green flag again. Logan goes way wide this time around TW and takes off and goes and finishes second. Logan gets off the track and he's, I finished second. And I was like, yeah, I know. Hey, give you a heads up. You're about to get in a fight. He said, huh? And I said, you're about to get punched in the face. He goes, by who? And I said, TW's about to come over here and punch you in the face. And Logan's eyes got real big and he dropped that visor down on him. So TW gets up there to him and he goes, don't do it again. Puts the headlock, goes, don't do it again. So he's walking back and my dad was walking with him. And I'm walking beside him. So I know what you did. And he said, yeah, I wasn't trying to hide it. And Dad said, what? And he said, I dumped him. And he said, that's your teammate. You don't need to be dumping your teammate, not wrecking him or anything. He goes, how many times did he hit me? How many times? Stop me when I get there. How many times did he hit me? He goes, you got that 5th time. He goes, I didn't wreck him. I spun him. I hit him in the left rear and spun him in the infield against nothing. If I wanted to hurt him, I'd have hit him in the right rear and hood him up in the field. So I didn't wreck him. I spun him.
Nice.
He goes, but he just sat there and goes, how many times, Papaw? How many times? How many times you hit me? Go ahead, I'll count. And he goes, that's about 4 times too many. And it was just, he's, I think he was like 11. And he's talking like he's been, 40.
Like I've been doing this for like
running the cup series for championships. And,
Now, was Mom at this race watching all this, or was she not there?
Yeah, well, the funny thing about my wife, and it's really it's fun because she grew up playing basketball, and she wasn't around. I grew up doing this, so I stepped out to go help them. So there's been so many times, and we're not allowed to have radios on the go-karts. She's sitting up in the stands. I'm sitting over here by Tech, waiting, and he's out there doing something. She'll call me. What is he doing? I don't know. I'm not. I'm here. He's there. what is he doing? Why is he doing it? I don't know why he's doing what he's doing. I'm over here. Same as you. You're up there. So, but the funny thing is now is like she sort of just sat back and watched, and she's seen it before where, hey, you're running bad. You need to figure it out.
Yeah.
And there's been times where he's been upset about something. What are you upset? You ran good. And he goes, what about that was good to you? I finished second. Never even in contention. It wasn't that great. And she goes, well, you remember the days when you finished 9th, 8th?
Yeah.
You couldn't figure out how to get a top 3. She keeps in perspective. So it's just really neat watching her learn, and we'll sit there and watch film. Okay, why are they doing that? This is why they're doing that. And this is what this means, and don't do this. So it's been interesting. She does all right with it for the most part. Now, if something happens, if they wreck, like he spun at Huntsville last week, and chain came off. They're chain-driven bandoleros.
Yeah.
So when the chain came off, I was on the radio with him, and he kind of smacked the wall a little bit, but it really didn't do a lot of damage to the car. Just the bumper cover, just a smidge. Nothing fiberglass can't fix. And I'm keyed him up on the radio. I said, you all right? And he goes, yeah, I'm good. And I said, will it go? And he said, well, chain came off, I think. And I said, okay. And about the time I looked down, and my wife is running down the inside of the track, I'm like, oh, please don't get on the track. Please don't get on the track. Please don't get on the track. And she got on the track. And I went, oh, God, no. What I didn't know was the track official. I told her, come over here.
Oh.
And I was like, why did you get on the track? She goes, they told me to. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, great. And I was sitting there, I was like, oh, Lord, we're going to get kicked out because she got on the track. And I had no idea the track official who later keyed up the mic and said, yeah, I told her to. So it was fine.
Yeah, I saw a wreck. I guess it was last weekend, and people are, they're concerned of running. And the announcer was saying, if you're a spectator, if you're not an official or whatever, stay off the track.
Yeah.
And, but the guy somebody gave a thumbs up. He's okay. But
yeah, they used to say that like at Godspeeders Raceway, it's up in Dandridge, Tennessee. It's a bull ring.
It's a highly banked.
Highly banked for a kart
shoot
track.
You down in the sea. I love it.
I had an adult tell me the last race he ran there, he ran 15 lap feature, and he said about lap 3 I started talking. He said, God, if you get me off this, I'll never get on it again.
oh wow,
And
wow,
but they had a parent run out and slip and like break something.
yeah,
So that's why they tell you don't get out there, and God forbid something like the Kevin Ward situation happened where you get out there and they don't know you're there,
Right.
and you get hit.
yeah. Yeah, you had those emergency workers, they
Right.
collided. There's just, things that can happen. It can go crazy in just a minute, So how long can you race these? Are they just for, young people, or can the people race them that's older, or what's the future look like for you guys? You got some time, but where do you see this progressing to?
Well, I mean, to what you said, if it's like for older guys, it depends on which one you're talking about. If you're talking about go-karts or bandos, go-karts, I mean, he raced them. But bandoleros, it's mostly just kids and teenagers.
I think the oldest I've heard is 18, but we have a big problem because he is not tall, so he has all sorts of room to grow.
He's like
Yeah.
this big.
He is right here at the top of the
Well, that's what I was
So-
thinking. Because
Yeah.
I'm seeing them, they're not real tall. I mean, you're down in there, and I was wondering how much room he has.
Right.
Well,
was too.
I can
Yeah.
feel the top
Yeah.
patch on my helmet.
But he sits up there and his knees come so far up. GW, you want me to move those pedals? Nope. Okay, can you turn the wheel? Yep. And so he's sitting kind of just up like this. I was like, wait till you hit something. Go ahead. You wait one time you hit something, those pedals will be down there. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
And Logan is sort of just looking between the wheel and the dash. All right, I can see. And well, how do you see when you turn? I sort of lean my head over so I can look out there. And I was like, do you want me to adjust that, Logan? No, it's fine. I was like, okay.
Whenever he says this, I'm like so confused. I'll just sit there in the trailer whenever we have when we don't have anything to work on. Just if we have a Hans device, how in the world can you turn your head? Because like that Hans device is right here,
Yeah.
and you can like turn your head like that much, or for me at least. I really would like to know how you're able to do that.
He's got a lot more room in the headrest than you do. Your head is like his head is right up against the headrest. So
Seriously,
Logan's got a little bit more room, but it was just funny. We were sitting there trying to get his wheel right, and I was like, "Where are you looking at right now? Put your hand where your eyes are going." And he put it right between the dash and the wheel. And I said, "You're looking there? You want me to lower the wheel?" "No." I said, "Well, how are you going to see when you turn?" "Well, I'll just leave my head. It's fine."
he's doing something I would do.
I said, "Well, what if you turn to the right?" He goes, "Well, if I turn to the right, I got a problem." So,
So would you young men, would you describe yourselves as someone who likes the adrenaline of it? Do you chase that? Does it? You're really fired up. You can't wait to get to the track. I mean, you live for that speed. And how would you describe this for you? You know.
See, for me, what it would always be like is whenever we take some time off the track, I just have that feeling of I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Go hop back on the track. Oh, nope, I love it. Just because you haven't been in a while, you forgot what it feels like. I love the feeling of the car. I love the feeling getting sunk down in the seat and like having a race. I just love that.
That's cool.
how about you?
I just don't like competing with other people, and I need more seat time.
What about with the car?
That's a very adult answer.
What about with the car?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Logan, I think honestly, if we took the time, if we could rent a track out every week, I think you'd be. He gets so preoccupied about messing up because he hears me on the rail. I'm his spotter, so I tell him when he's messing up, and I'm like, okay, I got to back this down a minute. So okay, here's our goal today. Let's do this right here. And it's weird to go to the track and not try to. Winning is not the goal right now. You're not ready to win. You know, who I heard that from Kyle Busch.
Oh wow.
I'm dead serious. I watched him tell Brexton against these people that they're racing against. And I don't mean to demean them or anything, but Brexton Busch has got about 300 or 400 more hours of seat time than you do at best. And he's talented. He's got a lot of, obviously he's got the talent, but he's got the financial resources and it's not taken away from the kid. He's got the talent.
Yeah,
He's got it.
Oh yeah.
He's
But
not good because he has the money.
He's good because he's good.
Right.
Yeah.
But I watched
He's got
him
a good
talk about
pedigree.
Oh yeah.
I watched him talk about the guys they race against. Hey, if you finish second and third to this guy today, that's a win for you. You're not ready to win yet. So if a two-time Cup Series champion is telling his kid that, okay, go to the track, winning would be great, but look, you're not there yet. Let's just go and learn.
That's great wisdom.
And he's
Oh,
learning.
yes.
And I put him back on a go-kart, golden. So when
Yeah.
he says, he's like, I just want to not compete, just ride. I tell him all the time, hey, you're clear behind this car. Follow him. Get behind him. And I'll watch Logan, and he'll move down, let the guy go around him, and Logan will move up and go with him and try to find that line.
That's good.
See, the thing that me and him differ is I'm always super competitive. Like, how many times would I tell you, like, I tell you, hey, let's have a competition or something, or let's go racing down the hill on our bikes or something like that. Let's have a race around the house. And you'd be like, no, I don't want to do that.
Lots of times.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of my family members. I'm really competitive, and he's super competitive. That's why I love playing video games with him.
Yeah.
What school do y'all go to?
LMS and almost.
I'm going to go to LFO High School. I graduated a
Warrior, baby.
Okay.
We got Ridgeland right here. So,
Yes.
You know.
They
Yes.
graduate tonight. So,
And I went to Gordon Lee.
Yeah.
no, okay.
I'm sorry.
I went to Ringgold, so I graduated class of 04. But he's going in 7th grade, right?
That's good.
And he's about to be a freshman.
Oh.
Awesome.
And they're both big in the LFO band program too. So
My granddaughter will be a freshman next year at LFO. So
Oh, really?
they all grow up quickly. What's your interest outside of racing?
Yeah.
What do you like to do?
Man, I'll tell you a couple things that I love to do. I love to, play instruments. We both play percussion. This year at LFO, I'll be a snare player, and he'll be in the front. I also really love to go fishing. I have my own little channel with that. Seriously, any place that you want to take me fishing, I will go fishing. Like, if I have to, I will go fish in a creek. Like,
and he's
We
done it.
love it.
I've
Done
done
that?
it.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah.
Are you going to try to get a scholarship in
Yeah.
fishing?
I'll try.
They have them.
Yeah, they do.
They do have
They,
them.
they do. Yes, they do. Yeah.
Man, I've never heard of a scholarship in fishing.
I either.
If I can
I
get
either.
one, I'll get one.
Our youngest son, he had one actually, and he chose not to take it.
Well, his goal right now is what?
Dual enrollment.
Boy.
Yeah, that's he's been preaching that since I entered middle school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the goal is for him is to graduate with an associate's degree. Well, I want you to leave LFO with 2 degrees in your hand. So
There you go.
Awesome.
Should
That's
be up there
great.
with a high school diploma and a college diploma.
that's right.
That's great.
What about you?
Same thing as him, but not fishing. I like going outside more, but I don't like to compete.
What about skateboarding?
Mhm.
Yeah, you bust your tail at my house with it.
You know what's great about this? I mean, and we talk about it all the time, but here these young men are talking about getting outside, and we talk about kids that don't get outside,
Right.
gaming or whatever. Nothing against gaming. I like gaming, and I think they said they
Yeah.
game, but it's good to get outside. You know, you
Right.
got that life balance going on. You've got
That's
this
right.
going on, but they got school and education, and they got some things that they like to do, and that's, you know, I applaud you because so, too many times when my kids were young, I saw it on the baseball field, over just knucklehead coaches and parents that drove their kids into the ground just for their own self-satisfaction.
Right.
And here you are, you're giving them that opportunity to do that, but they have to take that. They have to work. They have to
Right.
want it. It's up to them. You're not driving that. You're just making sure they're doing it the right way,
That's right.
but you're giving them the tools to do that.
I was like, hey, I know you would like to go and go to this, but the car needs this.
Yeah.
And we're racing this weekend. So every year I ask them, are we doing this again this year? And they said, yes. Okay. If we're doing this, I got to go get sponsors. So do you want me to go pursue the sponsors? Yes. You sure? Yes. You absolutely sure? Yes. Let's do it. And then once we get them, it's like, and they're kids. They're going to want to go do something else.
Mhm.
Sure.
I'm an adult. There's times I don't want to work on the car. Work on those ventilators enough you don't want to work on no more.
I mean,
When-
especially-
When you walk away, we had his car in a trailer for 2 weeks. We brought it in the trailer, had it in the trailer for 2 weeks. The trailer had 3 padlocks on it. Nobody's been in the trailer. Took his car out and the throttle's hung open on it.
Wow.
Have no idea why.
That's
Nobody's
crazy.
touched it in 2 weeks.
I mean, the last time we went racing, we weighed. My car weighed 253. We weighed it the other night. It weighed 900 pounds.
Yeah, it was.
Oh God.
No, 753, not 253.
753.
yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah, so it was like,
That's
what did we
big.
do? What did we do?
Yeah.
But they're kids and they're going to want to do other things. But it's like, hey, look, you see those sponsors on there? They're here for a reason. So let's get done. We got to get done, and they've been really good about that.
Awesome. I think we asked you when you were on from McDonald's, but who is your favorite NASCAR driver? Who do you follow?
I don't. He's not talking.
Well, I my bad. I thought he was talking to you. I kind of zoned out for a second. My bad. I had a lot, but since Dale Earnhardt Jr. Retired, that was my go-to. Now it's got to be Chase Elliott and Carson Hocevar.
Okay, cool.
Chase Elliott here. Yeah, I can
And
see
that
that.
just seems to fit you. You kind of like a Hocevar, it's just
Well,
cool.
There's something to that. You saw him at the McDonald's. He had his cowboy hat and his,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
his aviators on. Somebody walked up to him and said, "Oh, that's just like Carson Hocevar." And he said, "No, Carson Hocevar is just like me." So there's your difference right there. He goes, "No. Hocevar did that for me." So I've been wearing it for years. What? How about you?
Kyle Larson.
Who?
Kyle Larson.
There you go.
Kyle Larson.
Larson.
Yeah. Brother Cook says he loves Dale Earnhardt Jr. So,
Oh, sweet.
yeah. Man, that is awesome. Have we not? Is there anything we haven't covered? I mean, you are great.
Oh,
We want
yes.
to come back and be a part of this.
Definitely.
I love it.
yes.
We want to follow. How do we best? Do they show results of these races somewhere online?
Yeah. Huntsville does.
On Facebook.
Yeah, we
And you
Refamily
do-
racing on
okay.
Facebook.
We got YouTube. I've been running the YouTube deal for a little bit.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta tell them this.
All right.
So my wife and I went out for our anniversary, and we actually took him with us. We were just going out to dinner.
Yeah.
And we took him with us, and he goes, "We need to talk about something." I said, "All right." Thinking, great. There's, something wrong in school.
Hey,
Well,
my grades
It's
were
my
good.
anniversary, and I don't want to talk about anything. What do you want to talk about? And he said, "We need to talk about something." I said, "All right." And I said, "What do you want to talk about?" And he said, "The social media stuff is fine, but I'm taking over the media side of it. And you need to give me all the passwords to YouTube and everything else." And I said, "You think you can do that?" He goes, "Well, I know exactly what people want to see."
I'm a young person. I
He
know.
said,
what
I
young
know how to
people
make,
see."
I know how to
There you
get
go.
views and get followers. I said, okay, cool.
First
Well, that's
video
one
I
less thing
made-
out of my hands. I'm like, great, go ahead.
First
'Cause
video
I'm-
I made got like with the 1.3K views.
Yeah,
and
so we
I think we need to hire him here for a
Well,
little
he-
bit, Paul.
so I get on the car and I'm like, why are you taking a picture of the flipping toolbox? He goes, "Just don't worry about it. I'll tell you later. And he, okay, so 3 hours later we get done working. He goes, you want to see what I was doing? I said, sure. Pulls out this little short. It's got 75 views. Come back 30 minutes later, it's got 300 views. Wake up the next morning, 6 a.m., go to work,
1.2K
1.2 thousand views.
I
And I
know.
went, holy crap. So
And I looked right at him. I said, "Told you."
he woke right up and he looked at the phone and went, huh, told you I was right. So I'm like, well, that's one less thing out of my hands.
There you go,
Hey,
taking
it's
ownership
been
of
doing-
it.
it's been doing
Yeah.
good. We went from like 20 something to like 30.
Yeah, we got over 500 followers on Facebook, which while the followers are great, it really helps our sponsors. For us,
Sure.
for getting the name out there, but it's not just us. I want to promote racing from the ground up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If they're not doing it, and I don't mean them, but I mean if their generation not doing it, it's over.
Yeah.
It's
Right,
over.
right.
You got to get them interested, and so
Earlier the better.
Right.
But Reed Family Racing is on Facebook, it's on Instagram and YouTube.
Apparently, which mom made a TikTok account about.
Yeah,
it,
we have a
so-
TikTok account, which my wife did, and I had no idea about it.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know either.
So I don't know how to do
I,
that.
I know we're following you on some. We'll have to look at the rest. I don't think I know about the TikTok, but we'll look that up.
We
We'll
also
follow-
have a website about to go live too. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let us know. We'll promote that.
What kind of tires do y'all run?
We
Hoosiers.
run Hoosiers.
Hoosier.
Just makes any kind of tire there is.
I reckon
Yeah.
so.
I mean, for the go karts, we ran
Burris,
Burris,
And
Burris
Maxxis.
Slicks, and Maxxis. Maxxis. I always read it like Maxi, but Maxxis was more of like a street or like a
That
asphalt.
was a harder tire
It-
versus Burris, which was rubber.
Right.
But Max is kind of, from what I was told, kind of had some plastic with it. Sort of,
Yeah.
but it's not like it's all plastic. It had some. It wasn't as rubbered as the Burris tires. So, and we got to the point where we were just like, that's all we're going to run. So there's some track just like dirt anywhere else, or some tracks that you can only run those, and we just stuck to those.
I mean, and speaking of the tires and like tire prep, there would be some nights that just after the like rubbing them down, put tire prep on them, I'd go over, just stick my hand on the tire, and I'd like pick it up.
Flat.
It was like
You could literally just put your hand down like this
Wow.
and pick a tire.
to where I would have to like grab on the inside and like
You could
Oh,
take two
God.
tires and
Wow.
put them on top of each other, and the top one pick the bottom one up.
it'd be wild.
Now that doesn't
crazy.
mean you're going to
Real.
be fast. That just means
Yeah, it
that's
just
a lot
means
of
you're
prep in
gonna
that
have more
tire.
grip.
So
So what going to all these tracks? I've been to many. I go around. You're traveling a little bit, 2 or 3 hours away, whatever it is.
Mhm.
What is your favorite thing to do besides racing when you get there? Is there anything else that you just like? When I get to the track, I like to do this. Is there certain foods that you like around there? Maybe there's a girl you look at. I mean, just honestly, you're young. What?
Well, I mean, whenever we would run go karts, I didn't really tell him about this for
Uh-oh.
a reason
Uh-oh.
because there's this girl, and because you say girls, I used to run with this girl. What's her name again? Haley. I ran with her a little bit. She's in college now, so like.
yeah, she's married and a mother now.
Wow.
She was older than
She was-
T Dub.
She was way older than me. I
He was
like,
shooting his shot
I was
way.
like, seriously, she's on Earth. I'm at the moon.
Yeah.
she was like 14 and I'm 9. I'm like, so.
Yeah. I like it.
I'm too busy working. I couldn't have cared less what's going on. But
But like we had her dad help us out, and that's kind of how I met her. Granddad, my bad. He would help us out. We would go over to his shop. He'd like bring the carts over, all that. And what I mostly look forward to is, I don't know about you guys, but the concession stand, love it.
Cool.
Nothing better except stay away from those boiled peanuts, which I told him that. He told me that, and he told him that.
He had boiled peanuts at a racetrack one time, and I'm working. I looked up and saw him eating them, and I slapped him out of his hand. He's
Seriously,
like,
I said,
I'm
hey.
superstitious.
What? Explain that. I don't.
Yeah.
I've always been told no boiled peanuts at a racetrack.
Really? Have you ever heard that?
Driving, no peanuts.
I've heard boiled peanuts are a no-no, $50 bills are a no-no, green cars are a no-no. Now, my dad likes to say, well, Harry Gant did this. And I was like, well, Harry Gant's an oddity. Give me another one. And until Kyle got into 18, you know,
Interesting.
I'm very superstitious.
That's a very southern thing, the boiled peanuts. I'm not a huge fan of boiled peanuts.
I think I heard that from, I thought Richard Childress in an interview, and I thought he said boiled
Really?
peanuts.
Have you ever
I
heard
didn't know
that?
that.
I mean,
No.
I love boiled
Oh,
peanuts.
I don't mind. Hey, on the way home, eat them up.
Eat 'em up. But
Just
I'll
not for
stop
the.
for you.
I didn't know race car drivers were that superstitious
either.
or
I didn't
owners
either.
too. I didn't know that.
No, we've never had a green. So what happens when you get a green sponsor? We're going to go black. We're going to go
That's what
slight
we-
little lines of green.
That's what we did with AKC Mobile Repair. They had green on their logo.
Yeah. And
it's
so
black now.
so what we did was we put a big black strip right across the windshield, and it was like, that's where you're going to sit. Well,
What do they charge you as a team to get in? You know, you're out there, you're racing, but what is the cost for you guys to get in?
well, I don't know. If you took to get in the track, I paid for me, him, and then my wife, and it was usually like about $120 to get in.
Okay.
So you know that's about I think Dogwood was where in Chatsworth where we ran. That was our home track. When we ran carts, it's about 120, 125 to get in.
Okay.
But the more classes you run, the more you pay. I mean,
Yeah.
you pay to play.
Sure.
Just like any other sport, you pay to play. But it's not too far off there.
Yeah,
from
not
what we
bad.
got now. I think it's $30 to get in the pits, and then $20 to register for the car for the race. So it was $50 for him, $50 for him, $30 for me, $30 for my wife. So what, $160, and we ran.
Awesome. Now Chaser here, he's a big Taylor Swift fan.
No,
He'll deny it, but he is.
no.
What kind of music y'all
No,
like?
no, no,
What's
no,
your
no, no.
musical
Don't let him fool
flavor?
you. He's a Swiftie.
What
No.
Say what? You got to tell them.
I like country.
Country.
Well, who's your guy?
Any other than Taylor Swift.
Other than Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift isn't a country artist, or I mean, she
No, she's
No,
not.
she
no, she-
was, but like,
Right, she was.
me personally, all the younger girls like, oh my gosh, Taylor Swift. I was like, I can't date her.
No, me either.
Like all she sings about is either getting with a new guy or breaking up with a guy.
Right.
Like,
That's all she does.
Yeah.
but me personally, I like AC/DC and
Okay.
country music. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll listen to Luke Bryan, King George, all of that jazz. So
Broski has brought us some information on this. The superstition goes back to the early days of racing at local dirt tracks and county fairgrounds where pit crews often worked under the grandstands. Fans snacking on peanuts would drop the shells, which sometimes fell on the open engines or carburetors of the race cars, causing throttles to stick and leading to serious crashes. Because of this, peanut shells at the scene were often associated with driver fatalities in the 40s and 50s. I
Wow.
never knew
I didn't
that.
either.
Wow.
I didn't hear that.
Thank you,
Again,
Broski.
But that that makes sense because Childress got his start at Bowman Gray selling peanuts and
Uh-huh.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that's who I heard say that. Well, if Richard Childress says it, then that's how it's going to be.
That's right.
And so he comes walking up there with a couple of bull peanuts, and I went, huh. Bam! And knocked him out of his hand. They fell on the ground. He's like, "What the heck?" I said,
Okay,
"Don't get him again."
I paid $5 for those.
Yeah.
I correct.
Thank me after the race. And what I get after the race, $5.
Yeah, and he got a $5 bill back. I said, "Now we're even. Shut up." I said, "Never again." I said, "You want to eat them? You eat them out there on the way home."
Well, awesome. We've so enjoyed having
Oh,
you here.
yes,
yes.
Thank you for being gracious
Thank
with your
y'all.
time.
Thank y'all.
We hope you'll
Appreciate
come back. We hope it's been enjoyable
Yes,
for you.
Yes.
We'll help promote you. We love that you're local, and we applaud you. What fine young men! I mean, you and Mom's done a great job. They're awesome,
Thank you.
and we just want you to know we appreciate you very much, and we're excited for you. We're excited for what's ahead of you and what you're doing, and and just try not to have those fights.
That's right.
Mom might not like that.
Yeah, she gets real tired of that.
Hold up. I forgot to mention this. I've never actually gotten into a fist fight at the racetrack. I almost did, and he told me, "Do you like racing here?" And I said, "Yeah." And he was like, "Don't get into a fight."
Well, I've told him from the get go, and I've tried to teach her when you get hit in the right rear, it's take the gloves off.
Yeah.
He got hit in the right rear on the straightaway by the tech guy's son.
Oh.
and it spun him almost head on to the wall, but he saved it. And he spent the next 15 laps chasing the kid down. He couldn't get to him. And so we're done, and then he's over there, and he takes his helmet off, and he throws his gloves down. He's pissed off, and I said, "You all right?" And he goes, "I'd like to go. I wish you weren't here. I'd be beating the fool out of him right now." And I said, "Well, if you want to race here again, you can't do that. But if you want to go talk to him, go ahead." He went over there and talked to the kid. The kid looked at him, and Tito said, "What the heck, man? I won. Green flag came out. You hooked me." He goes, "You're on the pole, and you didn't go. It's not a me problem. That's a you problem." And he turned around.
Mm.
And this kid who's never been in a fight day in his life grabbed that kid. And my dad over there, I'm like, "Dad, watch this. Dad, watch it." And he grabs him by the shoulder and whips him back around. "Don't you ever touch me again. I've been this track 5 times, and I've been hit 6 of them. And if you ever," and it went from this to this, like the military knife hand.
Yeah.
"Don't you ever touch me again." And the kid just sort of backed up on his cart. And his dad, who's the tech guy, I look at his dad, and his dad looks at him and goes, "Yeah, that's right." And just kept on running. And he's like, and he was like, "If you ever touch me again, I'm going to send you into them trees over there." And Tito walked off. And the kid just sort of sitting there like this, looking.
Kind of just in shock. What I love about him is he's like the guy that's, "Oh my gosh, hey,
Dad was on his phone. I was like, Dad, watch this. Dad, put the phone down. Dad, Dad, watch. And off it went, and it was pretty funny. And he's walking back, and you know what else? And I was like, "Nope, you're done. Come on, keep going to the trailer." So,
just
you're
keep
done.
going."
So
That's awesome, man.
How does it make you feel to be in high school or middle school and see your friends play football and you say, "I can't go tonight. I got to race"?
Well, I mean, I'm not really the biggest. I mean, I watch football. I watch it all the time. I tried it one year in middle school. I got put on one of the hardest positions to play for the first year. I never played football. Never thought about playing football. I was always interested in baseball. I went from baseball to football, and I didn't do it again.
they put him at corner, and he was like, "I don't know how to do this." And I'm like, "Yeah, I can tell."
That's brutal.
But a lot of his friends, because the games are on Friday and the race on Saturday,
Right.
he's had many of his buddies come to the racetrack, football players and baseball players. And the great thing about it is they work on their stuff. They work on it. I sent y'all pictures, y'all seen it.
Mhm.
They work on it. Well, when their buddies show up, guess what? Their buddies are working too. They're down there. "Go give me this. Where's that? Go find it." And
I mean, I had my buddy Camden come over last race. He's coming on Saturday. I was just sitting there. "Hey, I need this. I need this. I need this." Sitting down there, he was like, "Oh, what is that?" And I said, "Hold up." Got up, went to the toolbox. "This is called wrench. This is called this. This is called
Yeah.
that." And whenever I need something, there's going to be a little engraving on the side. It's going to say 3/4 or 7/16 or whatever you need. This is called a socket. This goes on the ratchet. Something like that. And he
We need to
picked
tell
it
him
up just like
I
that.
need to tell him about KJ and Thomas,
Oh, definitely. I'm about to get to that.
because KJ will be pissed if he doesn't get a shout out. He's already told me, "You didn't give him a shout out last time."
Yeah. But seriously, first race, KJ and my buddy Thomas came to. They were on their phones playing whatever. I said, "Here, let me see that real quick." I went to the car, put it down, shut the door. I said, "Come here," and I grabbed them by their collar, just brought them down. I said, "This is how you work on this," and ever since they started working on the cars, whenever they've been here, they've been a huge help.
He's racing for a championship a couple years back, and him and KJ just took over. "Hey, we got your tires. Don't worry about it." "What do you want me to?" "Nope, we got your tires. You sit over here. We got it. We're going to rev them up
Awesome.
for you." And Logan looked at me, and I went, "I guess you're sitting down." So
We weren't.
And so me and
asking
Logan
you to
sat
sit
there and was like,
down.
me and Logan sat down. I was like, "Boy, this is weird.
nuts."
This is weird. We've never done this before." So
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, here, at least let me do something." To which I whipped around and I said, "Hey, I'm not asking you to sit down. I'm telling you to sit down. Let's go."
I
it
love
was-
that.
I was like, "Cool."
I
My
love
belief
that.
is on a big race, the driver needs to
Focus on
like
driving.
lock in, like
Right.
Yeah. Well, folks, give these wonderful people a follow on all their
Yes.
social media, Reed Family Racing, and we'll get them back as soon as we can.
Oh, yeah.
Safety to you out there. Prayers to the Kyle Busch family and fans and friends and everybody in the NASCAR community alike. We'll be hearing more information about it. Such a tragedy. And having you here made it so much better because we just sit here and been in the shock that we are, and you gave us some laughs and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And we appreciate that so very much. Keep it up. And thanks so much.
Yeah,
And
thank
we love
y'all.
that you're local, and hey, Anybody sponsor them at McDonald's? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love McDonald's.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
No, you
Sir.
told me you liked them crystals for breakfast.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
Oh.
Still pretty good.
All right, folks. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching the Dirt Report. We'll continue to bring the interviews, and we just want to let people tell their story. And this is a fantastic story.
Yes.
We appreciate you so very much. And we'll put some music on. Let's get everything shut down. And thanks so much, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all for having us.
Including those that didn't come on camera.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry Paul lost his camera. I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's all good.
We'll figure it
I
out.
didn't need
But,
to be on camera.
I
but
know.
we can hear you. We can hear you.
Right.
And Marine is watching the door. So
Oh, yes.
he's got
Security.
security. All right, folks. We'll see you next time.
Down in the red clay under Friday night lights, roaring V8s kicking up a storm in the night. Welded frames rattling, tires screaming, hold on tight. We live for the slide boys, that's our birthright. Cornbread man's grilling, got the ribs on the pit. The chasers wheeling deals, never gonna quit. Marine standing tall like he owns the whole track. Biscuit boys eating biscuits, got gravy on his back. Dirt Report coming at you loud and clear. Talking